Hello everyone, my name is Carrie Walker, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to improve your handwriting. And I apologize in advance because I am left-handed, so it might be hard to see at times. But so to start off, I wanted to share with you guys what I like to call the 6 S's of handwriting, and those are basically just my 6 top tricks of what you should try to keep consistent throughout your writing. The first S is to try and have a sturdy grip on your pen while you're writing. Obviously, you don't want to hold it up all loose and weird at the top of the pen just because that would give you less control. Instead, you should hold it closer to the bottom like this. This is how I hold my pen. And again, just a loose grip makes it really hard to control and messy, as you can see, so you shouldn't hold it from the top, and instead you should try to have a nice sturdy grip closer to the bottom of the pen. A loose grip gives chicken scratch handwriting, which we do not want, and instead a sturdy grip gives nice legible handwriting, which is perfect for journaling. Here are some examples of what a sturdy grip might look like. There are different ways you can hold your pen, and then just anything up top and like loose and weird is what gives you chicken scratch. And so the second S of handwriting is the size, and what I mean by that is just the size of each individual letter. So as you can see here, there are tall letters, short letters, and hanging letters. As for what that specifically means, tall letters should fill the whole line space, whereas short letters should only fill the bottom half, and then of course hanging letters hang below the line, as you can see here. And then another thing to note is that tall letters have something called ascenders, which basically just sticks up and fills the whole line, whereas hanging letters have what's called descenders, which hang below the line. Short letters, on the other hand, are just chillin'. The third S is slant, and basically what that means is that you just want all of your letters to face the same direction, whether it's slanting to the left, the right, or straight up and down, which is what I prefer. Just try to avoid having your letters go in a bunch of different directions, and instead keep a consistent slant rather than an inconsistent one. The fourth S is spacing, and with this one, the goal is just to have a consistent spacing between all of your letters and words in order to make things look a little bit more neat and organized. Having inconsistency with the spaces between your letters and words can just make it look really strange and weird and confusing, and you want to try and avoid that if you can. The fifth S is kind of similar to spacing, but this one instead is separation. And what I mean by this is the separation of each individual letter. This is probably one of my biggest tricks that you can do, because when you drag your pen and squish the letters together, it just makes it look really jumbled and messy. Whereas if you really take the time to lift up your pen and individualize each letter, it really does offer a much neater appearance for your words. And then the sixth and final S is the speed at which you write at. Here you can see me writing really fast in real time. It's definitely messy because I don't give myself a lot of time to slow down and really work on each letter. And then you can also see me here just kind of writing at a normal pace. This is typically the speed at which I write at in my journal. And then I've also included an even slower pace where I really give myself time to focus on each letter. And then after that, an even slower speed where I really take the time to hone down on every single letter and line and shape of all of the words. As you can see, the organization of it all really does get better the slower that you write it. And then lastly, I wanted to give you guys some 3 quick tips. The first one is that you should practice every single day, or as much as you can. You can definitely practice daily by journaling. I, of course, love journaling, as you all know. Practice really does make progress, and when you journal, you really get to see your handwriting evolve over time. For example, I used to write my A's, like you can see on the left, and my I's and J's and exclamation points with weird circular tittles, and now on the right side, you can see how I do it now. And then another exercise you can do is just write out the alphabet over and over and over again, just to get a feel of what your letters look like. A second tip is to not force a handwriting that isn't yours. I really think that handwritings are individual per person, even if you look like you have a similar handwriting to someone else. But I think it's just so important to try and stick to what's natural to you, but instead you can just kind of, enhance your handwriting with some neatness or some little spice, some flavor here and there, and of course patience, because it does take time sometimes. And then my third tip is that your handwriting does not need to be perfect by any means at all. My handwriting is definitely not perfect, and especially if you are journaling, you really shouldn't have to worry about having perfect handwriting, because after all, your journal is not an official class project. It's a safe space for your thoughts and feelings, but you just want to try and make sure it's legible so you can go back and look at your journal entries later on. But again, your handwriting doesn't need to compete with the printer, but I mean, congrats to you if it does, and I am really jealous of that. Anyway, I really hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I love each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!